The Connection Show, sponsored by Braveheart Workshops, live with Jill Reynolds. And joining me is my great friend, Sabrina Barnett. Hi, Sabrina. It's so good to be with you.
Hi, Jill. It's great to be with you too. How are you?
I am wonderful, and I understand you are with Native Wisdom, and you and I started talking in Virginia Beach, and we both had a vision of what would it like to de-stress and kind of unwind and get away with some ladies to the amazing island of Aruba.
That's right. It's life that we're living right now can be so stressful, right? And we get overworked, filled with anxiety. And a lot of times you and I are both dealing with a lot of people that are very stressed out and filled with anxiety. And sometimes we just need a reboot, right? So I remember years ago, I went to Aruba when I was modeling. And the first thing I remembered, I was living in New York at the time, which is like a stressful city, right? Work, 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 7 days a week. And I'll never forget just going into that turquoise water and feeling that beautiful white sand. It's like powder. And you've been to Aruba, you know what I'm talking about, right?
It's amazing.
Isn't it beautiful?
Well, you know what's funny, everyone listening, is my husband, when he was working at his last job, we got to go on president's trips for free every year for like 12 years to all these different places, Cancun, um, Costa Rica, we went to Cabo San Lucas, we went to Banff, Canada, and of everywhere I've ever been to islands, I just have a heart for
Yeah.
Aruba. And it's with people don't if people don't know much about Aruba, it's got a rich history, Sabrina. It is called Our Happy Island, and the native language of Aruba and is called Papamento. And many people don't know that it was inhabited, believe it or not, because you're native wisdom, by Indians and also the French and Dutch. So it's a combination of Native American Indians, of Dutch, and also French. And
Yeah,
so,
there's a rich history there, isn't there?
yeah, it is. And
Just to
so
hear you
they have
speaking
their
about.
own language called Papamento.
Hmm.
That's their
Yeah,
language. And
yes.
they are the nicest people. They all speak English too. It's amazing. So, what I love about Aruba, because haven't you been to islands before where the people that live there either really are not fluent in English or it's so broken you can't understand it, and sometimes you're a little frustrated because you're trying to figure out what they're saying.
Sure, of course. Yes, what I do love about Aruba too is that there's a combination. So if you want to just relax and do absolutely nothing, meditate out on the beach and just completely de-stress, you can do that. And if you want to go shopping to nice stores or if you want to go to beautiful restaurants in the sand, you can do that too. So there's an amazing combination of the two, and you don't find that a lot on a lot of islands.
Well,
A
it's
lot
also a
of islands.
combination of desert because they have the national park that's desert. So if you enjoy the desert with the cacti and the different little creatures and
Those little
lizards.
donkeys. What about the
Oh, they
donkeys?
have a
They're
donkey. They
adorable.
have a donkey preserve, and they
Yeah.
have a flamingo island where you can see flamingos walking on the beach.
Now that beach I have not been to, but I have friends that have been to the Flamingo Beach, I think it's called, right?
Hmm.
And where have you been to a beach with flamingos on it?
Yeah.
I think there's a beach in the Bahamas where there's wild pigs and boars that are just right there at the water's edge, and that's really interesting, because it's blending nature and nature together. But those flamingos, I can't wait to go to that beach.
Yes. So we wanted to just jump on today just to have you meet the two of us because we have an amazing event coming up in Aruba, October 26th through November 1st. And it's a women's, now guys, I know you're going to hate this. We know.
We've had
We'll
some
talk.
guys that say they want to go, though, Jill. Come on.
I know. But you know what? Sometimes girls just got to get away and have fun, guys.
Absolutely.
And leave all the stress behind and whatever. So this one, men, if you're listening, if you're married, let your wife get away for 6 nights, just 6 nights, 7 days to chill. And if you have a significant other, send her. Um,
They
and
say happy wife, happy life, right?
yeah, and if you're not married and you just females listening, this is the time to go. And what's great about what we're planning, it's really different. This is like Sabrina and I were back and forth, like what should this look like? What should this look like? And there's a definition with a retreat, which is getaway, and you might learn some stuff and chill and whatever, and workshops you're going to learn. But we're calling this a getaway because we've been locked up, a lot of us, with
Yes.
craziness, isolation, and we're back to work, then we're not back to work, and then we're working remotely. And so, haven't you experienced a lot? Because you have clients yourself, because you do empowerment and stuff with women. And haven't you experienced women that really are just yearning for connection?
It's really interesting. Today I had 2 sessions, and one of the ladies that I spoke with was in tears because she felt very alone. And so, one of our assignments is to find ways for her to connect with like minded people. And with my native blood, I say, you find your tribe, you'll find your tribe, right? So, this is an opportunity for us to really disconnect from anything that we want to disconnect from, not because we're not good. There's no drama, there's no guilt at all. It's just for us to be able to disconnect and do nothing and think about doing nothing. But of course, Jill and I, we're talking about doing meditations in the morning, and if you'd like to do meditations in the evening. Also, Jill and I help people. I've been helping people for over 25 years, and so if you want to have a session during the day, you can sign up for a session with either one of us. There's going to be stretching out on the beach, which we're really excited about. And then for those of you that want to shop till you drop, there's that as well. And there's just hanging out and doing nothing but just being and getting some vitamin D and being under the sun and in nature and enjoying female company. Right, Jill?
Yeah, and what's going to be unique about this getaway for everyone is I formerly, Sabrina, was a director of sales at hotels. And I had a man one time stay at, it was a Holiday Inn Express. And he said to me, Jill, I don't think I've ever stayed at a small property and had this kind of service. And he says, I feel like I'm at a Ritz-Carlton. And so one of the things that Sabrina and I are going to bring to the table for you is we're renting vans, and we are bringing our husbands, but for a reason. We're bringing our husbands because they're going to be our honeydews. Honeydew this, honeydew that. And our husbands are graciously going to take the rented vans and pick each one of you up at the airport when you arrive. They're going to take you back to the airport when you depart. But then they're also going to take us to wherever we want to go. If we want to go to Baby's Beach and go snorkeling for the day, if we want to go to the national park in the desert, we're going to take you to the California Lighthouse in Aruba. We're going to take you to amazing restaurants. So they're going to be our chauffeurs. And then we are going to get amazing, amazing food, and we're going to prepare that for you. And so you are going to have a full-blown concierge getaway, relax, get up in the morning to the smell of fresh brewed coffee, wake up to an amazing, if you want to have a protein, energetic drink in the morning for breakfast. I teach water aerobics, so if you want to get in the pool with me and do some kickboxing and stuff. So this is going to be your chance to breathe in life. And if you want to be still, whatever you want. The other thing, Sabrina, that Aruba has, it has nightlife like you can't believe. All kinds of dancing at night. They do have bars. They do have casinos. I'm not into any of that, but if you guys are, We will
For
take you.
those, some people might want to do that in the casino, right?
Yeah. And
We will
that's
take.
okay. It's what you want.
Yes, exactly. I think for me and for a lot of the people that I have been speaking with that are very interested in signing up because we just launched this, right? They're really wanting to disconnect and they want to disconnect and they want to reconnect because, again, since the lockdowns, a lot of us have been alone and have been isolated. So here we're going to have this incredible ocean breeze and fresh What are you air, doing there,
Jill?
a lot of vitamin
Well,
D,
hi.
and the food is going to be cooked by a private chef. We're going to find an amazing chef in Aruba. We're
Welcome.
looking for
We
somebody
are
right
live
now,
on.
and the menu is going to be extremely loving. They talk about food. You have to have food that is cooked not with just somebody who doesn't really care. The food is going to be blessed. It's going to be filled with love, and that is so important because that is what a lot of the people that I am working with are missing, is love in their lives. So this is a way for us to reconnect and to find a place and a foundation where we can just give each other a loving, nurturing hug, and it comes from our hearts, and just laughter and smiling. And there will be spirit for some of the people that want, right, Jill? We were discussing whether we were going to have beer and wine.
Well, yeah, if for those who want beer and wine, we'll have it if people want it. I'm 41 years recovered, and so I don't. But just because I don't do something doesn't mean you can't.
Right.
And again, this is your getaway. I did have one girl call today and wanted to know all about it. And when I shared, she said, Jill, I just need to unplug. I just want to be still and I want to listen to God tell me where I should be right now. And she said, and I'm lonely and I want to be connected too. And, and then I said, and if while you're there, if God speaks to you and says, hey, you know what, Sabrina, you've been really like working so much and you've been filled with busyness. Let's take time while you're here and unblend from the busyness so we can have space so that you can take the busyness and ask it to go to the beach, stay at the beach, busyness, and then you might invite in stillness or connection. And so we are available to do burden release work with you. We're available to do empowerment, self-love. Talk a bit, Sabrina, about, I've just gotten to know Sabrina, and she was a high-end model on Sports Illustrated, and so she has talked to lots of women over the years whose self-image were really low. So
Yeah.
she's got the expertise. So share a little bit your expertise at helping
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, so thank you, Jill, because a lot of times people feel that because you are a model and you're a model in society, meaning physically beautiful, that your self-esteem is high. And so over the years, I've modeled 25 plus years. And so I'm truly a veteran at understanding so many different women and where their feeling of self-love is. And so I call it feeling empowered because you're in a disempowered state when you're not feeling good about yourself. And when you don't feel good about yourself, it's a massive foundational shift that happens. The relationships in your life change when you feel better about yourself. Your whole outlook about yourself and about life completely transforms. So what I love to do is, a lot of the girls that I worked with were bulimic, and yet they were all over the pages in the magazines. Some of you might have seen some of them. And so I started feeling for them and I started working with them and speaking with them just on a friendship basis. But I started seeing results. And the work that I do, I don't have plaques on the wall. I'm not a therapist. I am a spiritual helper. I help you on a spiritual level. And it's a beautiful process. It's a loving process. And we get results very, very quickly. So that's what I do. And Jill is it's completely different. And that's the beauty of us coming together, is Jill's work. And Jill, you can tell them a little bit about your history, because I've worked with some people that, when you don't have a a good self-image. And with a lot of the models that I worked with, there was a lot of drugs was easily available and alcohol was easily available. And so there was a lot of abuse there. So we worked on a lot of what to do and how to do what to do with the abuse. And a lot of it came from a lack of self-love. And so once we're able to feel that we're good enough, then we're able to transform little areas in our lives, mini shifts, we call them, right? And those mini shifts completely transform your life. So a part of this relaxation and disconnecting is for you to take full advantage of the fact that Jill and I are here for you. And we will be here not because we have to be here, but because we want to be here, because we want to love on you. And this is just a beautiful space in which to do it, because Aruba is just so peaceful.
So one of the things, thank you so much. One of the girl asked me, she goes, I looked on your website and it had a schedule, and she goes, like, are we going to have to like follow that? And I said, oh no, we don't. You don't have to have an agenda. So we put stuff on there just to give you ideas of things that can be done when you're here. The beauty is we'll have, like I said, the husbands with the vans. And so if there might be, let's say we have, I'm just going to throw a number, let's say we have 20 ladies come, and let's say 10 of them want to go snorkeling at Baby's Beach, and 10 want to go shopping. No big deal. We'll take 10 to Baby's Beach and 10 to snorkeling. I mean, whatever. I mean, to shopping.
It's just simple, right?
Yeah, it's
so
simple.
Easy.
So we want you to know that the agenda is your agenda. So
That's
just all you have to do is sign up and register, book a flight, get on the plane. We'll meet you at the airport, and then just
make it happen.
And then just make it happen. And
Yes.
if while you're here, you say, you know, I really need to get rid of this in my life or work through this, we can schedule a time, and Sabrina or I, whoever you want to work with, will stay back and we'll make sure it happens for you.
Yes.
So we want to pamper you. This is not a I don't want to call it a retreat. I told Sabrina, this is not a retreat.
I said to Jill, I said, well, maybe we should do a retreat, because that's what I do. Is I do full on retreats where there is a schedule and there's meditations and there's this and there's this and there's that. And Jill said, let's just let everybody just get away. And if they want to use our services and they want to be able to have private sessions with us, then allow them to do that, but allow them to also to just be and have fun, right? So I said, well, that's a different way of looking at it, but okay, Jill, let's go with it.
Try.
It
so
sounded like
this is going to be new to us two girls, and so I just keep feeling like God keeps telling me, like, what would life be? I mean, really think about this, Sabrina. What would life be to some of us today if we could just show up for 6 nights, 7 days with no intentions? Like, think about that word. Zero intentions. You just be.
Mm-hmm.
And let, if you're a Christian, let the Holy Spirit move through you and just see what happens. This is your time to just be you and be still and have fun.
And judge free. I think the word for me is judgment right now. You know, so many times in our society, there's so much judgment. Our minds are constantly tick, 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 and there's a lot of judgment. So this is a place and a space for you to be completely judgment free and just be, like Jill says, just be in the moment and be still. And if you want to move from that stillness and you want to go and go snorkeling, or you want to go out to a restaurant, or whatever you want to do, allow yourself that space to just be you for 6 nights and 7 days in
Aruba. So sign up now. And I didn't put it on the screen, but I'll put it on the video at braveheartworkshops.com. And, you know, we're going to just have an amazing time. And so register now. You can, one of the things is on the website, it does have my cell phone. So you can call me immediately and ask me any question you want. So, when, you know, sometimes I don't really like to just look at a website to try to make a decision. Look at it, read about it, but then call me and let's connect. You're meeting us now, but let's connect so that I can hear from you. What is it you need? And the girl I did today, Sabrina, she goes, Jill, it was so nice to talk to you on the phone. Now I want to go back and tell all my friends and have them come with us.
That's just the key, right, Jill? Is like, tell your friends. Allow this to be a friendship, a family experience. Maybe there's somebody in your family you want to reconnect with. So many of us live in different states now. This is an opportunity for you to just meet in Aruba. How much fun is that? Reconnect with friends that you haven't connected with or you haven't seen in a while. And it's just a moment of joy, a moment of laughter, a moment of relaxation. And like Jill said, she's available for you. And that is such a blessing. She's available where it's not just reading a website. She says, hey, let's go on and let's do these lives and let's talk about it. Let's explain to people what the experience will be so that they can really take advantage of this opportunity. We're going to do others, but this is the first one that we've done and we've just launched it. So there's not that many spaces available and we'd love to have you there. We'd love to have you have this bucket list experience with us so that you can, like we said, disconnect, but also like Jill's made herself so available. So you look at the website, her phone number's right there, give her a call. She'll answer all your questions, like she said. And we look so forward to seeing you in Aruba.
So thanks a lot for joining us tonight on the Connection Show, where we inspire hope, health, and healing in the world. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Join us for the hope, health, healing. Aruba Woman's Getaway. October 26th to November 1st, 2022. Are you overworked? Feeling stressed out or exhausted? Is it time to spoil yourself? Relax and breathe in life. At a beautiful private villa in Aruba for 6 nights and 7 days. Renew your mind and body. Discover greater self-awareness. Joining in connection, wellness, stillness, enhancing your inner peace, and reboot you. Experience amazing beaches. Enjoy snorkeling. Area attractions. Shopping till you drop. Beachfront dining. Imagine releasing anxiety. Reconnecting with self. Restoring your soul. Bring your friends and savor delicious home-cooked meals. Create lasting memories. Join us now. Register today. Book your flights to Aruba for a getaway October 26th to November 1st, 2022. Register by going to braveheartworkshops.com. That's braveheartworkshops.com. We'll see you in Aruba.